Well, so now, gang, I gotta ask y'all this though, man. I've been talking to both of y'all about this whole Diddy situation. And it seems like, through both conversations, I realized that y'all were on two different ends of the spectrum. Erin Rae feels as though that, it's over, the case has been proven, and it's about to go down. Turk, you feel as though you still ain't even seen enough evidence for you to even feel that way about it. E-Ray, why do you feel like it's over for Diddy right now and that the RICO is going to really, run its course?
I feel like, of course, they have, assassinated this man's character. But I think over the years he's done that himself, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been hearing these stories now, not to this extreme, for years, though. So a lot of this stuff is nothing new. But I do think that the things that they are charging him, like sex trafficking and stuff like that. So it had, like, they are proving that he was bringing one person from this state to that state for sexual purposes. That's prostitution and sex trafficking. Those are illegal things. Whether they was wanting to do it or not, it's illegal. Like, it's a crime. So they're proving the different things, and they are setting it up for whatever evidence that they have on this man. I feel like he may come home. That might be something, but he gonna do some time. I don't think he coming right out of there.
So you do feel like Cassie was raped and all of the other ladies were raped, even though it looks like they were in a long-standing relationship with him?
I think that not everyone in this situation is innocent, but I do think a lot of shit was happening to these people that they could not get out of. I do really think that a lot of situations they was put into, niggas was getting raped, shit was happening to folks that they didn't want to happen to them, and they thought that they didn't have no choice.
What's your thoughts on this thing, Turk?
Okay, so she say prostitution. Now, I asked my partner what is prostitution. Based on my partner's observation, he says prostitution is an act of engaging in sexual activity in exchange for money, goods, or other benefits. It typically involves one person offering sexual services to another in return for compensation. Alright. Then it say, however, the legal status of prostitution varies depending on the country or even the state. For example, legal or regulated in places like Nevada, some countries, the Netherlands, and parts of Germany. Illegal in many parts of the United States and other countries. Often tied to other criminal charges like solicitation, pimping, or human trafficking, especially if coercion or minors are involved.
And they were.
Now, in this situation, we seem like we have willing participants. No coercion. They say it was minors to give him that charge in the first place, but have a minor been in the courtroom? No. All of these people who are testifying have once upon a time worked for Diddy, and they trying to assassinate his character based on the fact that it's a known fact. Yeah, you have worked for me, but what you got to gain to come here today to tell these motherfucking lies on me is what I paid this lawyer to argue my point on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't coerce anybody. I didn't do nothing to no minor. And everything was consensual. And that's what I've been seeing. You see what I'm saying? So when people are saying that he's guilty, I think that's a personal feeling, a personal bias towards Diddy for whatever reason. But in my eyes, in my ears of the law, and them violating this man's constitutional rights to find him guilty, it ain't right.
So, I mean, when you say, so this is how I feel. I do feel he's guilty. And again, I'm going to say again and again and again, everybody is not innocent in this. But I do feel like a lot of shit that he is guilty of, it was kids in the parties. We can look back on the pictures and see there was kids and minors in them parties. They was artists.
Where are they?
We just started the trial. We getting up to where, I mean, the trial ain't gonna be over tomorrow.
But you say he guilty before you even seen the people. How's that?
We seen the pictures, and Diddy done said already, it ain't nothing like a Diddy party. They go for days. What the hell you doing for days? He done said that himself.
But that don't mean
but the thing is that
did anything with no kids. For what?
There ain't never a time in life where no kid, just like this little Miss Shirley stuff, little girl performing for for older niggas and stuff like that, there ain't never no time where no kid needs to be in no adult environment, because anything could happen to that
But
kid.
how do
You know what
we
I'm saying?
know
Like,
that this kid was there for a sex party, or this kid was there just to have fun like his kids be there? They just having fun, and the social media have took a picture and made it say 1,000 million words than what it was meant to say.
well, we still have plenty of time for this case. You don't feel like the man guilty. I feel like the man guilty. I feel like a lot of stuff that Cassie went through was not getting your ass beat, getting sexually assaulted, your mama having to put her house up to get you out of trouble with this man when he's a billionaire. He don't need the money. He just did that for control. Making your mama just so she don't have to. They got the emails. There's your proof right there. The emails are there. They have those. Those are presented in court while the mama had to put up her house because he was about to put out the sex pictures of her. You know what I'm saying? Them having sex or whatever was going on.
So if I'm
That's
about to
evidence.
incriminate myself and put out these pictures and do this and do that, shit, I ain't do nothing. We just was on some freakish shit, and I'm about to expose your ass because you're playing with me.
Okay, so you can
It
say
was
that,
consensual
but
still.
is it not a crime to put out pictures of someone?
What charge me with that?
You're saying there's no evidence being proved. I'm saying
Charge
that
me with what I'm
saying
charged with if I'm charged with anything.
we ain't got through the whole case, so the parts that they are getting through, they're presenting the evidence as they go. So boom, there was evidence there. The girl saying that he held her at gunpoint, that's kidnapping. You having people going from state to state for sex, that's sex trafficking. Like, the evidence is there, whether they wanted to do it or not. The evidence is
Coercion.
there.
Consensual.
So you
They both start with a C, but they got two different meanings: coercion and consensual.
And if you set up a sex, it does not matter. If you
What's the difference
if you are
between
moving,
consensual
if
and
you-
coercion?
If you are moving niggas from state to state, I don't care who it is and what they are willing to do. If you're moving niggas from state to state, that is a ring and that is sex trafficking. You're going down for that.
Consensual.
It does not matter if
Done
it's consensual.
willingly, freely,
Is prostitution
with
legal?
clear
Is
agreement
prostitution
from
legal?
all involved, without force, pressure, or threats.
Is prostitution
Everyone
legal?
involved understands what's happening
Why do
and
prostitutes go to
agree
jail?
to
'Cause
it
it's not
in
legal,
their
right?
own terms.
It's not legal.
Consent can be given and taken
It's
away at
not
any time.
legal.
It's based on
Not
choice,
legal.
not
If me
fear
and you,
or manipulation.
If me and you are saying, hey,
Hold
we're
on.
gonna do this, we're gonna
Hold
do
on.
that, and you're gonna give me some money
Two
for it, that's
adults
that.
agree to be in a relationship. Two adults agree. That's the word. So you gotta get the word. To be in a relationship, which they did. They agreed to be in a relationship because they was in that motherfucker for a long time. All these motherfuckers was around for a long time, so they all agreed on a relationship and a business together. They talk it out and both say yes because they want to. It's no coercion. It's consensual. Then
You're reading a bunch of shit. Let's go to the law. Let's go to the law. Prostitution is illegal. Sex trafficking is illegal.
We reading
It's illegal to take
we
niggas from
reading
state to
because
state. That's
the
what
world
he's
is
saying,
not
that there was-
reading.
No.
The world is going off of speculation and assumption.
We're not
we
talking
got
about
to
the
read.
world.
We got to read because
We're not talking about
in
the
the
world.
code of law, it goes down to the reading.
And
when
that's
it
why
goes
he's-
to
that's
the
why he's in
Supreme
there,
Court,
right? That's why he's
when
in
it goes
there.
to the Supreme Court, it gonna goes down to what's in black and white. Now, if he get found guilty, it gonna be based on these dumbass motherfucking jurors who don't know no better. So yeah, they could get a motherfucker found guilty who. If it's between your peers, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? But if I ain't gonna say if, I think every situation should be judged by a judge, even though a person might think a judge would be biased, but you got a better off way getting off by a judge because he got to go by the law than going by jurors who don't know the law. And most of the people who are watching this case, they getting the case from people who are going in there, who coming out with their notes and saying what they say to make their YouTubes and shit go up. So they don't even know if it's true or what the fuck they saying. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have no cameras in there. You can't have no recordings in there. It's just like we reporting on it. We all speculating. But I'm going by the definition of the case of what he's charged with. They haven't presented evidence based on the information and the definitions of the charges, bro. fuck how you feel.
They've already presented. Niggas was saying that they was going state to state fucking. That's prostitution and sex trafficking. It doesn't matter if they was willing participants and getting paid. You cannot say, I can't set up a prostitution ring right now and go down because getting fucked for money is a crime. Whether they was willing to do it or not, that's what they saying. Now, I do understand that they are tearing down this man's character. I agree with you 100% on that. They are tearing down this man's character, but at the end of the day, some of the shit the nigga was doing.
Who was getting fucked for crimes? Cassie?
I didn't say fucked for crimes. I said getting
fucked for money. Cassie?
The Punisher, nigga. The Punisher.
Who the fuck is the Punisher?
That
See,
was the sex worker that
he's only going off what his stuff.
Cassie, and he was known as the Punisher.
Okay, even him. He didn't say it was Diddy. He said Cassie told him things. So
no, he did not. He said Diddy paid him. Diddy paid him. That's where his money came from.
This man said Cassie told him to do everything that was being done to him.
Yes, and did you not see where he also said, where they said, where did your money come from? It was from Puff fucking Daddy.
So do he
Sean Diddy Combs.
Do he got evidence? Do he got... Hold on, because it's all he say, she say. Do he got statements? Do he got receipts? Do he got any of that to show that it came from Puffy other than him saying that because they told him to say it?
Wherever the money is coming from, they was able to link it back to this nigga some type of fucking way.
Did they show it in court? Did they come up with it?
Was you in there? Was I in there?
wasn't in there.
I don't know.
So why are you saying that he's guilty if you don't know?
Why are you saying that he's not guilty if you don't know?
I'm saying that
we both don't know.
I'm saying
the nigga was doing the shit.
If he do get found guilty, it's a difference. If he do get found guilty and he's guilty is two different things. I'm not saying it ain't a possibility that he won't be found guilty. I'm just not gonna say the man guilty before it's proven that he is, bro. And I feel like that's where a lot of people going wrong and they're in their personal feelings about whatever reason. But I believe that
I ain't in my personal feelings because it didn't happen to me.
I believe that if it was certain people, and I'm not saying you, but other people who's talking this shit, if they was in Cassie's situation, in her shoes, they'll take that money to get misused and fucked in the ass with a motherfucking tailpipe or whatever, I don't know, and they wouldn't say a motherfucking thing about it too. They would take that money and shut the fuck up.
People will do anything.
So they say yes. They say yes, so they consented to it, not saying that it's right. But any man who got money and influence is powerful, bro. Don't say that he's only powerful because he got money and influence, though. And he used that to his advantage. You already thinking that I need to get something from this powerful motherfucking influential ass man in your mind. So you fucking wrong. You committed a crime to me. You set me up, motherfucker. You plotted on me. You know what I'm saying? But then when the money stopped, you want to cry wolf. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I mean, she was already crying. Wasn't nobody helping her. The bitch was crying. She was hiding in ditches. Niggas said, fuck you, I'm out. This nigga's crazy. Niggas blowing up cars. Niggas was doing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is, again, I will keep saying this. I'm not saying that she is completely innocent in this. I am saying that things probably did happen, most likely did happen against her will. She wasn't trying to get her ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Just to, you know what? Beat my ass. She was running. She was trying to get the fuck up out of there.
We don't know. She was loving getting her ass booked.
But let me tell you this, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is fighting every day. You know what I'm saying? We know this. We know niggas mamas getting their heads knocked off.
Black, if you're black, you done got smacked. Every motherfucker, they just ain't gonna say it because it's social media. Let's be real, bro. Everybody done had a motherfucking scuffle, man. And they just ain't gonna be real about it because you might get charged. Everybody done had a motherfucking fight. Straight up, you done had a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be coming up talking about, well, I don't fight, girl. Nigga, your ass had a fight when you were young. You probably kicked that little girl ass. Stop lying, bro. Until you knew better. We had to come up knowing better. And once upon a time, our mama said, they hit you, hit them back. That go for a fucking girl, a boy, a dog, or a frog. You know what I'm saying? But soon as social media come up, everybody want to be politically correct, social media correct. Man, stop it,
well,
bro.
Ain't nobody on social media politically correct. These niggas is hiding behind keyboards saying whatever the fuck comes to their mind. And we know this. Niggas say the wildest, craziest things on social media just to, you know what I'm saying, just to be saying some, get some likes. So we know all that shit's an illusion, it's cap anyway. I'm not saying, I'm saying niggas do be getting their ass beat.
Until proven guilty. And they haven't proven that this man is guilty other than you're guilty of beating that girl ass, Diddy. You know what I'm
Ray,
saying?
this is my question to you though. With the whole Cassie situation, this is where a lot of the issues are happening. People are feeling like Cassie was a willing participant and might even have been a co-conspirator in what the hell was going on. How do you feel about the role that Cassie played in all of this?
I have said it
Tell the truth,
several
shame the devil.
times. I don't feel like she is completely innocent.
Yeah.
I do feel like things have happened against her will. But everybody's only saying Cassie. Nobody's saying the fact that Kim Porter went through all these same things too. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody only wants to bring up Cassie. It is other people that done went through the same shit that this girl done went through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that she is completely innocent. I am saying that once a nigga got your mind, he got your body, he got everything. Your mind is everything. And if
Kim
he
got
knew,
on out there, she went through it.
Kim's house was being motherfucking he had audio in her house and was stalking her day and night.
This is the issue that I think a lot of men are having, and this is back at you again, Erin Rae. In this day and age that we live in, women are, very strong-willed and they can do everything that men can do. Why in this particular situation did she not have any woman power enough to say, you know what, this is going too far, I'm out of here?
I think she tried to leave a couple times. I mean, they said it. She tried to leave a couple times, and this nigga, she tried to leave. She tried to get her a new nigga. He blew up the nigga car. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is that we all know a whole bunch of women that ain't got no women power. That you like, damn, bitch, you couldn't leave this nigga? No, she was too scared, then ended up dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear these stories all the time, trying to leave a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And nigga, his power's a little bit greater than yours because he said you gonna die. Niggas is shooting women in broad daylight now. Women is shooting niggas in broad daylight. I mean, it's just going down both sides, but I'm saying that we know a whole bunch of green ass niggas that think in their mind that they don't have no options. And what I'm saying is we all know people like this. There's somebody in your family right now, a friend of yours, like, damn nigga, I done told you I help you out. No, I just have no options. The kids, this, the that. They
but
just
don't
blame
base
everything.
everybody case off of what's going on in the world though.
He has the woman power, so that's what I'm answering to that question. But what I am saying,
evidence, bro.
They
I just feel like everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Like, you got to go through the whole trial. I feel like people should hold back on saying, that he's guilty.
So you believe he's innocent?
You keep saying I believe he's innocent.
I'm asking that.
I believe that he's guilty on certain things.
Same thing
I
said.
don't feel like he's guilty of the things that they saying he's guilty of.
Like what? Like, okay, give me instance, because I'm saying the same thing.
Sex trafficking, rape. I don't think that man is guilty of that, because what the fuck? In my mind, I can have any bitch, any dog, any frog, any mother, whatever the fuck I want, because I am who I am. I don't have to take anything. But your rebuttal to that is they got some crazy niggas. He could still have what he want. Like, you saying that a nigga got this authority and this power and he got to be crazy to get it, when he could get it without having to be crazy.
So why he just want? I mean, this nigga was doing a lot of crazy shit though.
Allegedly.
Okay, let's say this. Let me say this, because I do understand 100% what you're saying. So when it comes to the sex trafficking, I get what you're saying. Why I'm saying that it is a crime. I mean, like, it's written, like, the law is that it's a crime to be transported niggas for sexual purposes. So that is what makes him guilty, whether they are consensual or whatever they wanted to do it. Doing that is actually a crime. So that's why I'm saying those things. But that is where the guilt is, because whether they wanted it or not.
Transported though, Erin Rae.
They said the sex workers was transported.
Where are they?
They was in court, and
they've been testifying.
Talking about that punishing nigga?
Yeah.
But they've been testifying though. That's what I'm saying. You're not paying attention to the whole case.
So where the punishing nigga was transported at? Like, where he said where he went to?
Whatever hotels, whatever cities that Diddy was set up at, because Diddy was living out of hotels. Although he had his home, he was only having the parties go on in the hotel. So Capricorn Clark was cleaning up the hotels afterwards, so that it wouldn't be too much issues with the hotel, the property, or whatever.
Don't you have the right to travel in the United States to go in there? You ain't coming to my property. You got a right to be in public, right? You got a right to go wherever you want to go at your church.
So just like if you transfer,
I'm trafficking you and I'm not bringing you nowhere on my property. I'm not holding you against your will. I'm not doing nothing. You're in public places. How am I guilty
it's a
of sex
prostitution
trafficking?
ring because prostitution goes. So so let's say this: the little kids, the little girls that run away from home, that go into the hotels or whatever. Oh, that's not that's trafficking. They're trafficking little kids or whatever. It's the same thing, except these are adults. All I'm saying is that whether they wanted to do it or not, it is technically a crime. I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying that that's what the crime is. You're saying that all this they wanted to do it. Yes, they may have. What I'm saying is that's still a crime if you set up a ring to have
I just
niggas
feel like
sex.
it's a burden of proof that they have to prove that, and it's a slate that they have to prove it, bro. Like, no, you had you just, bro. You ain't have to get on no flight. You saying that it don't matter if he got on that flight. It got to matter. You can't just find me guilty because this man
didn't
can
say
say
that. I said that they moving state to state.
This man can say, you know what? I'm about to get on this flight. I'm about to show them my ID. I'm about to go to TCA, TSA, whatever fucking name is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to do this. I'm not making you do nothing, but you saying you don't have to do that and it's a crime. I think it's more to it. I didn't make
that law though.
I don't think that's law. I just think that I think that you wanted to be law when a person can just do it and just anybody. When that's the case, every motherfucker that's traveling is committing motherfucking sex trafficking. Everybody that's a celebrity have flew bitches in.
They haven't set up a process. So what is
every
Epstein?
nigga?
The Epstein list,
hold
right?
on.
When he was taking niggas to the island, was that not sex
Every
trafficking,
nigga
right?
in motherfucking entertainment have flown a bitch in. Niggas and females have flown niggas in and had sex with them that they was in relationships with, whatever way.
That's a relationship.
And they agreed to do it. It's an agreement. You know what I'm saying? Not against their will. I just think it's more to that law that they have to prove in order to say it's trafficking. That's just my opinion.
I get 100% what you're saying. That's why they can't. That's why little girls don't get justice for being trafficked. For what you're saying, that you have to prove so much that those little motherfuckers was getting trafficked. I'm just saying that I
don't
didn't
know
create
about
the law,
little girls because I don't.
But it's the same law that they're putting. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't dealing with little girls. This dealing with grown ass.
Some of them are young girls. They were underage.
Where are they though?
Is the case over? Is the case over?
Where are the little girls at, bro?
They said there was minors in that. That's
they
what,
say that she caught into they say. Where are they?
They say,
but you can't base your decision off of what they say. If you ain't seen it.
If you listen,
you ain't seen it yet.
You ain't seen nothing either. You ain't seen
so
nothing.
That's why I'm not forming no
but
opinion.
But what I'm saying is
I'm not saying he's guilty because I haven't
because
seen
the case still has to go on. So if they're saying that they have little girls, the niggas that built the case is who's saying it. If they said there was little boys and little girls in there, we see all these little pictures or whatever. So we don't know what was all going on at those parties or whatever. We don't know when was the sex parties and when wasn't the sex parties. But if they showing all these different things, then we have to know.
So you think they gonna come in there with some little girls? That was some little girls and be like, there they go. I was waiting on this moment.
Was it not women that have already come forward saying that they were 17 and all these different things? I'm not talking about like 10-year-old girls. I'm talking about like 17, 16, you know what I'm saying? All those. Though they have already come forward and said that they were at these parties and taken advantage of.
Well, I ain't see him.
That's because you don't want to see him because you want to feel he's innocent. You have already made up in your mind that he's innocent. And you made up in your mind because of the crimes that were committed against you. That's why you have already made up in your mind. That's it.
No, you making assumptions like you making assumptions on this man.
No, you have already decided he's innocent.
My mind is
because you think she's a hoe, she's a freaky ass bitch that wanted it. You made up in your mind.
Anybody that's going through due process, I don't give a fuck who they is, dog. They got a right. They are innocent until proven guilty. And I feel like you're biased until you see the whole case to say a person is guilty. And you don't know, okay, just like it's up for them one day, you might be like, ooh. Then tomorrow, when the defense up, is you gonna have that same energy? Is you gonna have that same energy? Be like, y'all.
My words.
Y'all. Okay, and I want you to come back in here and say, you know what, Beehive? I don't know.
Both of y'all make excellent arguments, and we will be back in here. After
we got to be back.
We got to because it's a long trial.
Yeah, because
we got to be back.
I can't wait till she say, you know what?
I can't wait till
because you got to be fair. That's all I'm saying. Be fair, Aaron. Be fair. You haven't seen the whole thing. I'm gonna be fair and say, if he was to get found guilty, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. If he was to be found guilty, because there's a possibility that he will, because of, and this is the reason why I say that, the character assassination. I don't feel like they have came with corroborated evidence enough to say that he's guilty of all these charges that I read off on the last podcast. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, by law, bro, you got to show certain things and the person is innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you haven't proved that they guilty, no matter how you feel about it, a motherfucker been to chop somebody's head off, bro. And if you don't got the murder weapon, you don't got an eyewitness, bro, guess what? They can walk.
And we know 100% that they can walk, right? And then a nigga that didn't do nothing can get jail time.
Exactly.
We know it can go either way.
So why is Diddy different?
Diddy's not different. I'm saying that he's guilty and I think he's going to jail. You saying that he's not. I'm saying that they can persecute him even though there's no you feel like there's no evidence there. I do feel like a lot of shit Diddy has done.
They haven't shown anything
Diddy
yet
has
to
done.
Convince me.
Kid Cudi said he drove past his house and Diddy was in there blowing that shit up.
What about?
He said it.
She don't know. She wasn't there. Anyway, man, I don't think no nigga getting on top of no car. He too heavy for the motherfucking first car. Getting on top of the car. I'm about to jig you up. We gonna cut up and throw a Molotov cocktail in there. Man, nigga about to punch the window if I'm mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga about to get a bomb or something. Man, that was a female.
When they
and then they got the female DNA. What about that?
They did say the
Okay, so that don't count for nothing?
I did not say that.
Because you want to say that Diddy put a gun on a female head.
No, we hadn't got to that point yet because I told you. Off camera, I said, yeah, they had female DNA. Didn't I tell you?
Okay, we on camera now. What about
DNA.
Okay, so what?
But she was there. She was there.
Okay, in your mind, you don't want to believe that she could have acted alone.
No. Let me say this. No, I don't believe she acted alone. She was in that motherfucker with him. It's corroborated information. Him, Diddy didn't say it, but the security guard and
you said
the girl.
Lauren London, so is Lauren London about to come testify?
Lauren London her name is on the list.
So she gonna say that
I don't know what Lauren London is gonna say because she said that's her brother. So I don't know. I'm saying that the lady testified that she called Lauren London. She said, Lauren, this nigga is at the house and he's about to do something crazy.
So that means
call Cassie. They called Cassie and Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi came into his house and he seen Diddy in his house and that nigga was scared and he drove the fuck by.
So that means
Kid Cudi testified to this too. Kid Cudi said it.
Kid
He
Cudi a
corroborated
snitch. He whatever. He mad
nigga.
He mad nigga took his bitch or whatever. Anyway, so Lauren London.
Yeah.
You have put her on the scene and you have made her a suspect or whatever, a witness. She have to come in there and corroborate what she said. So is Lauren London coming in like a surprise witness like everybody else?
She's on the list. I don't know if she's coming because just like me and you both are not in the court, I don't know if the girl's coming. She's on the list.
How you know she on the list?
Huh? Because they said it. The news reporter that comes out and gives all the information because they can't tell us who the Mia girl is because she has her name anonymous.
But witnesses be anonymous too.
No, I'm saying they are. So I don't know if the Mia girl that's in there right now, if that's actually Lauren London. We don't know who, but Lauren London's name was on the list as one of the people that they're,
So you don't know. So the Capricorn girl could be Lauren London. For all we know.
But they show her face.
No, they show her
they show
face.
who she is.
The Capricorn London is actually Capricorn London. The Mia girl, we don't know who she is because they're not showing her face and they can't give any information or details on who she is. They can't even do the sketches of her. So we don't know who. I don't know that part of it, but she's in their test. This is her couple days to testify. So so
that could be Lauren London. As a Jane Doe, basically. But they gave her another name.
It could be.
Well, we going to get back into this next week. I hope y'all are both ready because it's about to be real crazy following this next week on Diddy. Keep it locked.